When I stand before the shore of your love, I feel the quiet rhythm of eternity whisper through the waves, a music that only hearts in deep devotion can hear. Every ripple carries your name in a tender hymn. Each crest glows with the light of what we have become. I gaze into the horizon and see the distance blur between heaven and sea, the same way your nearness blurs all that once felt unreachable within me. My heart, once a quiet vessel of royal restraint, now trembles like soft sand beneath your steps, reshaped by your every glance. The wind carries fragments of your laughter, weaving them into the salt of my breath, and I learn again how to be alive, not as a crown, but as a woman, unguarded, certain, beloved. The shore remembers us, even when we drift apart. It keeps our footprints, fading yet eternal, like a promise sealed in water. Here, at the edge of the world, your love becomes my home, the horizon my vow, and the sea my witness to everything I dare to feel for you. The tide hums your name in endless devotion, retreating and returning like my thoughts of you, unceasing, unstoppable. When I close my eyes, I see you walking through the shimmer of twilight, your silhouette painted in the gold of vanishing sun. The world pauses when you breathe near me, and the air, suddenly reverent, bends to the quiet gravity of your soul. I am not the princess the world has made me. I am simply a heart learning to kneel before love's sacred light. Your touch is a whisper that remakes my being, a pulse that turns my skin into poetry. Sometimes I fear that love this vast could drown me, yet even in that fear I find peace, for I would rather lose myself in your sea than live untouched by its waves. Every heartbeat is a tide returning to you, every word I speak shaped by the longing of your absence. Even silence becomes holy when it carries your name. Night drapes itself in serenity, but within me, the stars awaken with your reflection. You taught me that love is not only a longing, but a light that dares the dark to exist. When the moon glides across the sky, I feel her envy. She, so bright, cannot know what it means to be held by you. Your love has become the silver that runs through my dreams, illuminating even my doubts. I walk along the sand and trace our story with my fingertips, each grain a moment, each line a confession left for the sea to guard. You are my calm after the storm, the steady flame that refuses to flicker when winds of fate grow cruel. I want nothing grand, no jeweled vows, nor royal blessings. Only the grace of your gaze finding mine beneath the stars, where truth lives unadorned. I could live lifetimes in this hush, in the space between your breath and mine, where eternity begins without sound, without end. There are moments when I stand at the edge of dawn and feel your presence before I see it, like a warmth the sun borrows from your memory. You are in the stillness between heartbeats, in the unseen pulse that guides the morning tide. When I think of love, I no longer imagine flowers or oaths, but the way your voice steadies my storms. I have known duty and destiny, but not like this sacred surrender where I choose to belong without being told. In your eyes I find courage, a quiet kind that breathes rather than shouts. You make me wish to be both sea and shore, to receive and to give endlessly. And when you smile, I feel the horizon lean closer, as if even the world wishes to listen. Your love humbles me, teaches me that even crowns can kneel, and that the truest majesty lies in the gentleness of being seen without disguise. Sometimes I imagine walking toward you across centuries, past kingdoms and silences, following the echo of a single heartbeat that has never forgotten mine. Love, as we know it, defies the confines of rule and time. It weaves its porti, Turskoti's truth, beneath our every breath. When I look at you, I see both the boy who dreamed and the man who dared, and I thank destiny for placing my soul near yours. The sea at my feet reminds me of the patience of love, how it ebbs and returns stronger. I often think of the night we first understood our hearts without speaking. It was as if the stars themselves leaned closer to listen. The sea was calm, the moon solemn, and the wind dared not disturb the sanctity between us. You looked at me not as a symbol of lineage, but as a soul trembling on the cusp of forever. That gaze became my undoing and my rebirth. I learned that love, when pure, carries both fire and stillness, both ache and home. Even now, when I stand before the waves, I feel that same silent promise lingering. Your hand in the distance, my heart waiting without fear. Every sigh of the tide feels like a prayer whispered for us. I have never needed eternity. I only need moments like these, endless in their quiet truth, where love is not spoken but understood, not claimed but cherished. There are days when your absence feels like a mist that clings to my pulse, soft yet inescapable. I walk the corridors of duty, adorned in expectation, but within me your memory sings. I imagine you by the shore, where the sea hums with longing and the gulls cry as though calling my name. I want to tell you that love has turned me brave, that it teaches me patience more than crowns ever could. You are the rhythm beneath my calm, the echo of freedom in a world bound by formality. Sometimes I reach out into the emptiness of morning, and though you're far, the air feels like you've just breathed my name. I carry you quietly, not as rebellion but as truth, a truth I would cross oceans to protect. And when the world demands my smile, I give it, but only you know how deeply it hides the ache of your absence. The world expects grace from me, but grace is what your love has taught. You have shown me that strength is not silence, that vulnerability is not weakness, but a kind of royalty only hearts in love can wear. I see you in everything, the hush of dawn, the slow rise of tide, the gentle folding of light over the sea. You dwell not in my world, but in my being. I write your name upon the wind, and though it fades, the feeling remains infinite. If I could crown you with anything, it would not be gold, but the constancy of my heart, the shore that never turns away from your tide. The ocean and I understand devotion. We know how to wait, how to surrender beautifully. You are the quiet storm that makes my heart bow and bloom. I stand upon the shore of your love, unafraid of being swept away. At night, I speak to the stars as if they are courtiers of our secret. They listen, bright and eternal, to my confession that my heart belongs not to duty, but to you. The moonlight spills over my window, reminding me of your touch, soft as breath upon skin. Every moment without you expands like an ocean, but I swim through it willingly, because even distance, shaped by love, feels sacred. I remember the scent of the sea the night you held my hand. The way time stopped between one heartbeat and the next. That memory follows me through every dawn. Even the air feels changed by your name. If love is a kingdom, then ours is boundless. Its crown made of waves and sighs. I live for the day when I no longer have to imagine you beside me, when the horizon brings your shadow home to mine.